Hi friends, I am your friend Advocate Namish Nigotia and you are watching my YouTube channel Legal Advice for Everyone. Today, in this video friends, we will learn the drafting procedure of the plaint step by step. As you know that Order 7 of the Code of Civil Procedure says about the plaint. Order 7 Rule 1 of the Code of Civil Procedure says particulars to be contained in plaint. So this video is going to be very important for all new lawyers and CLAT students who will know that what should be the drafting procedure of the plaint. So first, while we started drafting, we have to mention the name of the court. Then we have to mention the name, father's name, age and complete residential address of the plaintiff. If there is more than one plaintiff, then we have to mention the name, father's name, age and complete residential address of each and every plaintiff. Then we have to state verses. Then we have to mention defendant's name, age, father's name and his complete residential address along with caste. If there is more than one defendant friends, we have to mention name, father's name, age, caste and complete residential address of each and every defendant. Then the heading. We have to submit that this is plaint under Order 7 Rule 1 of the Code of Civil Procedure. Title of the suit. If it's a suit for recovery, we have to submit that it's a suit for recovery. If it's a suit for injunction, we have to plead that it's a suit for injunction. If it's a suit of partition, suit of specific performance of contract, we have to plead in the title that it's a suit of specific performance of contract or whatever type of contract the suit may be, we have to submit. Then we have to state the entire facts in chronological paras, one by one, step by step. The entire facts, entire incidents, para wise we have to state. If there are some figures in our pleadings, friends, we have to mention in figures, in words as well as in figures. Then friends, we have to state cause of action. When the cause of action arises, because cause of action always arises on a particular date, so we have to mention that date, that on this date the cause of action has been arises as against the defendants and the plaintiff has a cause of action. Then we have to state the limitation. As you know that there is a limitation act and there is limitation prescribed for each and every type of plaint. So we have to submit that this suit is under the limitation act, and if you can specify, it will be a better that it falls within such and such article and section of the limitation act. Then jurisdiction. As you know that there is two types of jurisdiction, territorial jurisdiction and pecuniary jurisdiction. So you have to specifically mention that this honorable court has jurisdiction to adjudicate the particular suit. Then suit valuation and court fees. You have to assess the valuation of your subject matter of the suit and you have to pay court fees and mention specifically that this suit is being valued on such and such value and such court fees are being paid along with this suit. Then relief. Order 7 Rule 7 says that relief to be specifically stated. So while drafting a relief clause, you have to first state that the suit should be allowed as against the defendant and the suit of the plaintiff should be decreed by this honorable court. Then you have to specify each and every relief in a separate para. Then verification. All pleadings should be verified. The entire contents of the plaint should be verified by the plaintiff. You have to specifically state that which contents you verify on the basis of your own knowledge and which contents of the plaint you verify on the basis of the legal advice you have received. Then it should be supported by an affidavit. Then Order 7 Rule 11 subsection E says that plaint should be filed in duplicate. So by following all these rules of pleadings, you have to draft the plaint and submit before the court. Thank you so much friends.